So, welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers, and the transfer window has officially opened, and I'm going to be talking about one in and one out, and one of our targets, Ousmane Dembele, and another one who may be on the way out, and he's bizarrely getting a rap star to help him move away from the club.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So, with the window officially opening today, or whenever I put this video out, then we have been linked with so many players. I posted a video earlier which showed you the number of players that Chelsea have been linked with. Out of all those players we've been linked with, one, there's obviously we know about the Jules Koundé one, which is all but sealed. It's just final details on that one to be done. But Ousmane Dembele is another one who appears to be coming to Chelsea. His favourite destination is Chelsea, and I know that Thomas Tuchel is keen on him, and so all reports are saying that he's coming to Chelsea. It's not signed, so it's not confirmed yet. It's not signed, sealed, delivered, but I'll give that one an 80% chance of happening. You know, nothing's certain in football until the deal's been done. But with Dembele, a lot of our fan base are a bit in two minds over him. And the main reason, there's no doubt in his ability. So to those who are sort of in doubt, there's no doubt in his ability. But what they are concerned about is his injury record, because he's had a long injury record over the last few years when at Barcelona. I touched on that on a video I did earlier, and I did say maybe it's something that the Barcelona, he's maybe got some blame, and maybe it's Barcelona with their training regime and not looking after him enough during that period. And this was, lo and behold, I'm not sure if someone was watching my video or it was just by coincidence, but there was a report from Football London. And this came in from, who's the writer? Bobby Vincent, I think his name is, where the article was headlined, "How Bizarre Ousmane Dembele Changed His Lifestyle as Chelsea Back Barcelona Transfer." So what they're saying is that in the past, Dembele hasn't really looked after himself properly, and his diet and his sleeping regime wasn't the best, and that's probably why he got a lot of injuries. Because I know that with injuries, sometimes it's not just the impact or whatever; it's how you train, how you sleep, how you rest. Ice cream man's on his way up the road as I do this video. No, not for me, thanks. I'm just about to have dinner. Don't want to ruin it with ice cream. Sid Lowe, who writes for a Spanish expert, who writes for London Football, he says, "The season has gone. He played in the second half of the season where he was fit and actually played really well in a structure that seemed to work for him. He did indeed. The 25-year-old registered 13 assists in just 21 La Liga matches for Barca in a new-look system under club legend Xavi, a system that seemed to suit Dembele. He is a bizarre player," Lowe added. "He can go from infuriating to awful, sometimes in exactly the same move. But it's not always just about injuries." Doesn't he mean, I don't think he means infuriating to awful. I think he means brilliant to awful in exactly the same move. So I think the movement in the structure has helped him play better. In a way, the forcing of certain options on him, because he's a player who has sometimes taken bad decisions on the pitch in terms of choosing the wrong pass and so on. So under Tuchel, I think that's why he'll work on the Tuchel, because Tuchel is very much he's keen on positional play, structure, making the right passes, etc. So if he's not a sort of player who's just told to go out and do your own thing, he needs a bit of coaching. He's one of these players who needs coaching, and Thomas Tuchel is very good at coaching players, as we saw when we won the Champions League. So I think in a way you can improve that by effectively making it impossible for him to pick the wrong pass. You can obviously never make it completely impossible, but make the options clearer, give him the exit points that he needs. Obviously repetition over and over again so that it becomes second nature. So I think Tuchel's one of those who does a lot of repetitive drills in training as well. And with Reece James on that right hand side, Jules Koundé's there as well, then he'll be getting those passing options available to him. So and it goes on to say, which is positive, he acted like a true professional, Xavi said on Dembele back in February, with just months remaining on the winger's deal. I'm very happy with him. Even when he knew he wasn't in the squad, he's been a model professional, which is good to hear. I haven't had the slightest problem with Usman. I heard all sorts of things, that he hasn't been professional and that he hasn't looked after himself. I can tell you now that it's the complete opposite. He's looking after himself, is professional, has been training well, and is positive in and around the group. So for those who are having doubts over his attitude, Xavi himself says that he's a model professional, and that's good enough for me. So I think what Barcelona have done is about lifestyle. It's about sleeping hours. It's about looking after him. It's about trying to see early signs, Lo said. Some of it is very bad luck when it comes to injuries. Some of it is not manageable. A lot of it was about him. For example, the introduction of a chef to cook for him properly, to cook the type of things an athlete would be eating. The suggestion was that he had not been eating well before. His sleeping hours were not always brilliant. That's not to say he was necessarily a bad boy, but I suppose he was a kid in some way. He added, this is definitely a coachable player, but it's definitely a player that can be absolutely brilliant and not very good at all. And sometimes that's in the same game. In terms of his skill set, he's an extraordinary player. I really cannot stress that enough. He's genuinely a two-footed, incredibly quick, very, very fast from his standing start and his lateral movement. I don't think I've seen anything quite like it. The ability to sort of shift his weight from left foot to right, going absolutely horizontal. He doesn't need the step forward to shift. He can literally go side to side. Exciting. So, okay, it could be a bit infuriating. I know some Chelsea fans are going to be infuriated if a move doesn't pay off. But we know that this player, he's the type of player who's going to be brilliant in one-on-one situations. We really haven't got a player like that who can take a man on one-on-one with, I say with consistency. This guy's saying he's not very consistent, but if he can perform that bit of magic in a game, that bit of magic that we need, and bearing in mind the guy's 25 now. 27 is when you kind of reach your peak and you become more mature. You've seen signs of maturity at the moment from what Xavi's saying, with the fact that he's prepared to change his diet, his sleeping, and he's a very coachable lad. Tuchel, when you think Xavi's quite early in his coaching experience, but Tuchel has been coaching for a while now. So if he can take Tuchel's instructions on board, and he's obviously worked with him before, then I think that, we've got a player in the making. So the fact that this guy has changed his regime, I don't think we're going to see as many injuries as we did before. So I hope that's reassured everyone who was having doubts about him. Final story, a quick one. It's a really bizarre story, actually, that I read earlier, and it's about Lukaku, because obviously we know that Lukaku wants to go back to Inter Milan. And the story goes that Todd Bowler's links with Jay-Z and Rock Nation could help Lukaku move to Inter Milan. Lukaku is understood to have been living with an employee of Rock, and the company could play a crucial part this summer. Make of that what you will. How's that going to get him a move to Inter Milan, his association with Jay-Z? I don't know. But if Jay-Z can help us to move this player on so that we can get our better options, well, you know what? I'll say, yeah, bring it on, Jay-Z, bring it on. So, what do you think about the two stories, though? So, are you happy with Ousmane Dembele coming out? Has this reassured you guys, or you still got your doubts about him? And with Lukaku, do you think that it's going to be possible for him to move back to Inter, or it's still going to be a difficult move to pull off? Stick your comments in the section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is made. So take care. Goodbye.